Greetings and salutations. But as you can see, I've got the bumper off, the factory bumper, and I'm going to build a tube bumper. What I want to do is get rid of this factory receiver setup and integrate the receiver into the bumper, and then have a swing tire carrier, a swing away tire carrier in the back. I also want to have the bumper serve also as an air tank. Relocate the spare tire out to the outside, put an air compressor out here, and have that air compressor feed into essentially the bumper being the air tank. Here's the real reason why you probably want to do a rear bumper install, an aftermarket bumper install. Here's the factory bumper. It's just stamped sheet metal. And here's the bumper mount. This bolts to the unibody, and the bumper bolts with 2 bolts onto the mount. And that mount bolts right to here. That's not a real good recovery point. That's pretty thin, and if you're trying to put a D-ring or something on that and try to pull somebody out off that point, it would probably just rip the bumper right off. So first things third, I need to go procure the materials. I'll run up to the steel store today or tomorrow and see about getting some tube, some square tubing, and build everything on the bumper out of 3/16. Well, I guess if I'm going to have to go to the steel store, I'm going to have to take this. So I better take this receiver off right quick. I got 1 bolt holding the thing on still. Well, let me do that. Forget everything I said about doing that 4x6 tube. I went down to price said tube, and it's $32 a foot for a 4x6 3/16 wall rectangular tube. $32 a foot. So I was going to get an 8-foot chunk, so I had a little bit extra to do, some other things with, and that put just that piece of tube at over $240. Plus, I would have had to fab up some mounts. And by the time I would have got into this bumper and got it completed before I even got to the spare tire carrier, I probably would have been well within a range of a commercially available bumper that I could just buy. I don't want to spend $1,000 on a rear bumper on a $1,500 Jeep. Even though I've had the thing for 6 years, I just can't wrap my head around some of the prices on this stuff. So I did what most broke mother truckers would do, and I went on the interwebs and I checked out eBay and Amazon, and I bought the cheapest DIY bumper kit that I could find. But I'm going to show you what this is. This probably come from the land of cheap shit. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. But this is the cheapest available bumper on Amazon. So let's get in here. So let's come on in here. Come on in here, and let's open this box, and we'll look at this together. One thing this kit doesn't come with is instructions on how to put it together, but it's pretty self-explanatory if you have the mind for that kind of thing. But as you can see, these are all it looks like they're laser cut, and they cut and then leave about 3/16 of an inch of material uncut, so it allows you to bend this almost by hand. You can probably clamp this down, clamp my sawhorses, and you can just put a bend on this stuff and kind of piece everything together. I'll tack everything together, I'll mount it up, and I'm going to have to make some changes to this to really stiffen it up, because I am going to put the spare tire carrier on this, so I'm going to have to beef things up. But I think I can do that for less than $250. So For you, it'll just be a second, but for me, it's going to be about 10 hours, give or take. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I apologize for the humming in the background, but I'm leaving the air conditioning on. It's just too dang hot. Let's start with the mounting portion of it. These. So I'm fitting this up right now, and I want to make sure you see this is a little bit long on the inside. I'm not going to worry about that. I want to make sure that it's flush here and here, and I'm going to tack this from the inside, and then I'll tack this from the inside, and then I'll tack this here. I'll go mount the other side, and then I'll worry about lining this up. Next up are the D-ring mounts. And I've seen people put, this is the bottom of the bumper, by the way. I've seen people put them in like this. And I don't think you want to do it that way. I think you want to put it in like that. That way if you come off a ledge and their D-ring mount gets hooked on that ledge, it's going to slide off, where as if it was this way, it's going to want to sit on it. Especially if you're backing up onto something and want to try to push this up off the obstacle instead of just getting stuck on it. So I'm going to mount mine with the slope at the bottom, and I'll weld those from the inside. I'm sure a couple of you really astute viewers out there notice that I've been using my safety squints instead of my thing here. That's because the batteries went dead and didn't work. So I'll have to go up to the market walls and pick up a couple batteries if they got them. If they don't have to go on the interwebs and order them there, and now it should be here in, I don't know, 4 to 6 months. Just, you know, really quick. Now I'm going to open the door and die because it's 100 million degrees outside, and I'm going to put these on and perhaps make a little room so I can back the truck in here so it's within reach of the welder, and I'll tack these on. Once this is all tacked up, then I can start the finishing welding process, which means it'll be done in about a week, because invariably one of 3 things is going to happen. 1, I'm going to either run out of wire, or 2, I'm going to run out of gas, or C, both, because that's the way things work around here. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, then I'll have to run all the way into San Antonio to get some gas. Let's open the door and go out into the heat and the sun and try to avoid heat exhaustion, but I need to mount this stuff up. So, tell I'm really excited to do it, aren't you? Lord. It's like walking into somebody's sock. I gotta wait another day because I ran out of gas. Actually, I gotta wait 2. It's Saturday, I gotta wait till Monday. I gotta go get gas. Then I'll run out of wire. I have to go get wire. Then something else will happen. Alright, let's try again. That's my flap disc. Pretty plumb wore out, so I'll do what I can, but I know I'm not gonna have enough on this to do this whole thing. So I'm off to Tractor Supply yet today to pick up a couple of flap discs. But I'll clean this up, get the welds ground smooth. All right, that didn't take very long, did it? Well, it didn't take, you know, just a couple seconds for you, but for me it's a few hours later. Can't tell. Imagine my face looks like my arm. I've got everything, all the welds dressed here. I had you see these arrows, I had some pits I needed to fill. I'm not going to do anything with this weld around the toe point, simply because I don't want to. That looks like a nice weld, and this is welded inside and out. Let's talk about the bends here. The center section of this bumper, you're gonna bend the top and the bottom at 90 degrees. And then this tapers in. I don't know what the degrees is, but it tapers in towards the body. You're just gonna line up. This bends at 90. This bends at approximately 45 degrees. This piece is going to follow this angle, whatever it is, 30 degrees or whatever, but this bend right here is approximately 10 degrees. Now, in my case, I didn't like the big gap. There was almost 3/4 of an inch gap between the tail light and this filler piece, and I went down and bought and overpaid for a piece of steel. I bought some 3/4 inch flat stock, and I filled this in to close up the gap, so instead of 3/4, now I got like 1/4 inch. That's the only modification to the original design that I've done. I elected to go ahead and use the receiver mount. You can delete that if you want to. And I welded the mount inside and out. Same thing with the D-ring mount. I welded that inside and out. And I welded this inside and out. So for wondering about how to bend this, I would just take it a little bit at a time. Understand that once you start bending these things, they're liable to break. That's okay. You get a welder, tack them back together. When I started this, I only bent this to 45, and I bent that a little bit too steep. I bent this too steep, so just thought I'd interject that those are roughly the angles that you're going to want to have. Just tack everything together and then fit it, and you should be good to go. And why don't you and me, go throw this up on the Jeep real quick and make sure it still fits. All right, aside from a little grinding there I forgot to do, and a little fitting here, bumper is done. I might go ahead and trim that down too to match this. Or I'll just wait until I get body armor here, probably. So that's it for this video. On the next video, I'm going to be doing the upgrades. If you're interested in one of these, I'll post the link in the description to Amazon affiliate link where you can get your own. I think they run around 130, 140 bucks. I'll find the cheapest version and I'll put that link in there for you. I'm also going to be doing a front bumper. It's there in the box. Let me get this one done first. So there it is in a nutshell. Check the links in the description if you want one. Don't forget to like, share, comment, all the things. Subscribe, click the bell icon. That way you'll be notified of future uploads. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder dry. Have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna go take a shower. Bye now.